Welcome to Mamahood After Trauma, where healing and mamahood intersect. I'm Emily, your host. Join us as we discover practical strategies to nurture ourselves with kindness and understanding. Stay tuned for insights and inspiration to support you on your path of healing and growth. Let's dive in together. This is Mamahood After Trauma. Hello, Mama. Welcome to this bonus episode of the Mamahood After Trauma podcast. I'm so excited that you have taken some time out of your busy mama schedule to tune in and listen. My name is Emily Cleghorn. I am a holistic trauma recovery coach and the host of this show. I help mamas who've experienced trauma to reclaim their inner strength, guiding them through the triggers of their past to create the peaceful and loving mamahood that they desire deep down in their soul. And so today I thought we would have a little bit of a coffee chat about how to get out of survival mode. How do you recognize that you are in survival mode and how the heck do you get out of it? So, a little bit of my backstory. When I became a mama in 2018, my survival instincts kicked into high gear. Um, However, in all fairness, looking back, hindsight's always 2020. Um, I spent much of my life until recently living in survival mode. And so what does that look like physically? How does it manifest in your life? So when we say living in survival mode, we are talking about being in a continuous, unresolved state of stress. Okay. And you may hear some care providers refer to this as chronic stress. In the coaching world, I speak to the being in a chronic low level stress, having that continuously. And I speak a lot about how that affects your body, how that affects your nervous system. But what does it look like physically? What are the signs that you can look for? So you struggle to focus. It's really hard for you to concentrate. There may be changes in your memory. Maybe you never struggled with forgetting people's names or places or phone numbers. And now, after some time, after a stressful event, after you've left the trauma or you've been living in a traumatic situation, you start to forget people's names and phone numbers, things that you never struggled to remember before. You're fatigued, like you're just so tired. You've got low energy. Okay. For no apparent reason. Like you're not overexerting yourself running a marathon every day, or like there's no reason, visible reason for you to be exhausted. Another sign is that you are reactive, emotionally reactive, perhaps easily triggered is another sign. And you tend to forget about basic personal care items like brushing your teeth. You have a hard time sleeping. You forget to have a shower. Like it just dissolves from your mind. These are some of the signs. And if you are a mama listening to this and you're wondering, does this show up the same in my kid? No, it doesn't. There are a few differences between how m- living in survival, shows up in adults to how it shows up in kids. Kids will tend to get a little jumpy. They will tend to isolate themselves or zone out, those types of things. So, what do we do? How do we resolve this? Well, the answer that I would give you as a trauma recovery coach is you get curious. You love on yourself. You be patient with yourself. You give yourself grace and you get curious about what these signs and symptoms are telling you because your body is communicating with you all of the time. And these signs and symptoms are telling you, are attempting to communicate with you that you are stressed out. And stress is a really funny thing because it can manifest in many, 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 many ways. And it can throw you for a loop. It really, really can. And it can show up as other health issues. And maybe you end up treating the sign or the symptom thinking that it's one thing when really you need to implement and learn how to calm your body down. And so if you are living in a stress state, if you are living in survival mode and you are easily triggered and you don't want to be easily triggered anymore, I want to offer you free access to my Mama Untriggered starter kit. Inside of this starter kit, you get checklists and um, audio files that will walk you through how to build your trigger toolbox. And a trigger toolbox is something that I talk about quite a bit. If you are new here, you may not understand what I'm talking about, but a trigger toolbox is a collection of tools that you have in your back pocket, your trigger toolbox, that will help you to get untriggered. So when going from that stressful reactive state, which can derail you for days or a week or weeks, um, it can really sideline you depending on the state of your nervous system. Um, and so when you have these coping skills and these tools to help you bring your nervous system from a level 10 to a level 2 or 3, you are more able to show up for your kids in a way that is more calm, more patient, um, and you're able to problem solve rather than escalate the issue even further. So, be patient with yourself. If you are a trauma surviving mama and stress and chaos was the norm for you growing up, I know that it is so easy for you to beat yourself up and expect yourself to just know how to hold it all together. But quite literally, your nervous system does not have the skills. And so you are expecting it to do something that it does not know how to do. And it's going to take some time, some skill building, and a lot of patience to get your nervous system to recover so that you are able to show up for your kids the way that you know you can, the way that you desire to, and they get to witness that transformation. And you know, they see you. They see you. They know that you love them. They know that you care for them. They know that you're doing the best that you can. And this is a journey. It's a journey. It's a recovery journey. So if you would like to get free access to that Mama Untriggered starter kit, there is a link in the show notes of this episode. Um, and I invite you to come and join us in the Mamahood the pardon me, I can't talk. The Mama After Trauma Inner Circle, so that you can get a full community surrounding you, supporting you, cheering you on, and getting you through those inevitable bad days. Anywho, I'm gonna stop nattering on, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of your beautiful, beautiful day. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to tune in to this episode of the Mamahood After Trauma podcast. If you would like more of the Mamahood After Trauma community, make sure to look in the description of this episode for the link to become a Mamahood After Trauma Inner Circle member. Until next time, Mama, keep